What is going on, people? So we got the Epic 7 update for 1/30/2019, and this is the Guild Wars update, and this is a pretty massive update. There's a lot of stuff inside this, so might be a long video. So here we have what it's talking about. Here is the Guild Wars. They're gonna have a pre-season and then a season 1 right after that. And you need to have, your guild needs to be level 6 or higher, and your guild must have at least 20 members, and this is going to be important because it's not even going to start unless you get 20 people in there. So it's going to say Guild Wars schedule is global 10 UTZ. Here's the Guild War process. Form defense teams and positions in buildings during the preparation period. Once the war begins, attack and dismantle enemy buildings. The Guild War will be initiated by tapping into the Guild War in the Guild Hall. So make sure you actually go in here. I have seen some people join guilds and then not even do anything inside there, like don't even donate. Guild participation period. All guild members can adjust their defense team during the preparation period. And here we go, base positions. The guild captain can place defense teams once more than 20 defense teams have been formed. Guilds must meet the following requirements during the preparation period to participate. At least 20 defense teams must be positioned in the base. There must be a defense team position in Stronghold 1. Players may choose to position defense teams in defense towers in each respective fortress. However, please note that it takes 2 towers are either empty or destroyed. The stronghold will be vulnerable to enemy attack. So this is what you gotta really focus on here. If you have a guild with 20 people, they can't be inactive people. They actually like to join and do what they need to do. Otherwise, they're useless to you, and you need to just kick them out of your guild if you can't get a hold of them. Base overview. The base is built on 1 stronghold and 3 fortresses. A total of 28 defensive teams can be positioned throughout the base. Alright, so that's interesting to note that you can only have 28 people in your guild, apparently. Total of 28 defensive teams, so yeah. This looks like this. So pretty interesting stuff here. Guild War in progress. Guild War matchmaking. Once the Guild War has started, Guild War period will be displayed next in the lobby next to the Guild War icon. Players may tap it into the Guild War button to check the enemy guild. So it's gonna be pretty hard to not notice this. Hopefully people notice this. And we got what this looks like, your base versus their base. Attacking the enemy. Players must destroy the enemy base by defeating the enemy defense tower. Battle rules. All battles will take on a 3v3 format for a total of 2 rounds. Every attack launch will consume 1 guild crest. Crest issued by Ezra. Owner of these crests are granted authority. Any hero is defeated during the battle cannot be placed in an attack team until the server reset team. Based on the outcome of the battles, players will inflict damage to the enemy building and receive corresponding havoc and conquest points. Once the building HP reaches 0, the building is destroyed and will yield additional havoc. Destruction of strongholds and defense towers will yield a greater amount of havoc. 3 players must attack the same building at a time. This is pretty interesting here. Base protection status. Stronghold and fortress are protected when the Guild War is first initiated and cannot be attacked. Stronghold. This structure will remain protected as long as more than 2 defense towers remain, excluding unoccupied buildings. Fortress. This structure will remain protected as long as any of the surrounding buildings in the fortress remain, excluding unoccupied buildings. So if you don't have people in your buildings, they don't count as protection, which is pretty obvious, but I guess it makes sense to say that because maybe you would think they have to use up their attempts to get down one of those empty buildings. Guild War results. The Guild War with the highest amount of havoc by the end will win with the victory. Rewards. After the end of the Guild War, players will receive Mystic Medals in the Guild War shop, and these will allow you to summon on the new Mystic Banner. Players will receive standard rewards based on individual battle results. The guild war results will determine the amount of additional rewards. Finally, the amount of rewards will increase depending on guild rank. Players who sign up for guild war and do not participate in the battle will still receive standard rewards based on the guild war. So you get rewarded with standard rewards even if you don't participate. And I'm pretty sure if you don't participate, you're probably gonna get kicked from your guild, so make sure you show up. Miscellaneous. If the guild captain is not a member of defense team in a building, that member can participate in guild war. Each guild member can battle up to 3 times a day. So make sure that you keep that in mind. You only have to do this 3 times, so it's not going to take that much of your time. The new Moonlight heroes Specimen Sez and Kitty Clarissa have arrived. Now these are what you use with the Mystic Metals, I believe. Oops. That's what happens when you use the middle button. The new living weapon Special Sez is in search of the original Sez and desires to kill him and prove he is superior. In order to reduce the complaints about Clarissa's violent personality, researchers turn Clarissa into a lovable kitty. Okay, so these are pretty cool. So we know that Sez was inside that weird place where they were making new people, which is pretty much what Mercedes is, and this is a version of Sez, so this is kind of cool. And I like this version of Clarissa better. I don't like how she has that nun outfit on. I'm not a fan of nuns. They just look weird. So we got this Specimen Sez. And we got here, Specimen Sez is a light element thief that can deal huge amounts of damage as long as certain conditions are met. If Light Storm is used after stunning the target with an ally's assistance, Specimen Sez can penetrate the target's defense by 100% and inflict extensive damage. Wow, that is nuts. If you can stun somebody, that is a lot of damage. In order to inflict huge AoE damage, utilize Evil Claw Soul Burn. So we got Dreamy Iron Mace. Active cooldown 0, which is his standard. Attacks with an Iron Mace with a 35% chance to stun the enemy for 1 turn. So this is going to be pretty decent. If you have Unity on your characters in PvP, this could be good. You could end up stunning quite a few people, but in PvE, pretty much everything you really want to kill is immune to stun anyways, so that kind of is useless. And then we got Evil Claws. Active cooldown of 3. Before awakening, attacks all enemies. After awakening, attacks all enemies with Evil Claws, increasing the caster's combat readiness by 50%. So once you awaken this, you get 50% of your speed bar back. That is pretty nice. So odd that the awakening is for his special and not his ultimate, but whatever. Well, now we have his ultimate is Light Storm. Active cooldown of 5. Attacks the enemy with a Light Storm. If the enemy is stunned, penetrate their defense by 100%, which we just read up there. For some reason it's not up here. While Specimen Sez attack sounds are in game, your remaining English voice lines will be added in a future update, so he doesn't speak English right now, which is somewhat unfortunate. And then we have Kitty Clarissa here. Says the Holy Order of the Blue Cross requested that Rangar find a way to calm Clarissa down. Instead, the researchers focused on how cats can still be loved after wreaking havoc. Then they turned her into a cat to eliminate everyone's complaints about her violence. So, Kitty Clarissa is a support warrior who assists and is assisted by allies. She can support your team by using I'm So Cute Meow to dispel ally debuffs while granting immunity to herself. Meow I'm Angry is an AoE attack skill that decreases buff duration by 1 turn and disorients the enemy's team attack rhythm. Get Out of Meow trigger a dual attack from an ally with the highest attack when Clarissa is buffed, delivering a series of powerful coordinated attacks. She sounds like somebody I'm interested in. So we got her first skill is Get Away Meow. 0 cooldown. Attacks with a Morning Star. Damage dealt increased proportional to the caster's maximum health. If the caster is granted Loveliness, trigger dual attack from the ally with the highest attack. So this is really nice. If you guys don't know, I know Luna is not in the game yet, But if you build Luna with the highest attack, which you should because she doesn't need crit, you're gonna be able to trigger Luna's basic attack, which is insane, with just this Meow Clarissa, and that is nuts because Luna's attack is amazing. And then we have Meow I'm Angry, active, cooldown 4, Awakening. Before Awakening, attacks all enemies with a Morning Star while raging, with a 60% chance to make them unhealable for 2 turns. If the caster is granted Loveliness, effect chance increased by 20%, so that's 80% chance. After Awakening, attacks all enemies with Morning Star while raging, 60% chance to decrease buff duration by 1 turn and make them unhealable by 2. If the caster can, okay, so the only thing that is added is the decrease buff duration by 1 turn. So I have to wonder if you just strip them of a buff if it only lasts 1 turn. So if they only have a buff that lasts 1 turn and you use this, it probably just takes it away. So that's pretty good. And then we have her ultimate here. Or, yeah. This is her ultimate, and it is I'm So Cute Meow. Active cooldown 6. That is a long cooldown. Wiggles tail cutely, decreases debuff duration on all allies. Decreases debuff duration on allies by 2 turns and granting the caster immunity and loveliness for 3 turns. Caster immunity and loveliness. Okay, so she makes herself unable to be debuffed for 3 turns, which is nice. She protects herself. And then she grants that loveliness for 3 turns, which will allow you to have it up. Half the time you're going to be able to have loveliness up, so that's pretty nice. Very interested in those characters. Hunt update, stage 11. Hunt difficulty and item drops have been improved, and Hunt 11 has been added. Challenge the new hunt bosses and receive greater rewards. Difficulty update. The defense health of monsters from the first battle of the hunt has been decreased by 20%. First battles with 3 or more monsters from stage 7 or higher now feature 2 monsters. Golem Hunt Monsi tutorial skill Shellspine has been updated, and it now attacks all enemies with a spinning shell with a 75% chance to make them unhealable for 2 turns. What did it use? Attacks all enemies with spinning shell, decreases attack by 1. After using the skill, the caster has been reduced by 1 turn. Wow, so that is a major, in my opinion, nerf for this move that this guy has. Gonna be much easier to beat him. Attacks drop improvements. The amount of gold and materials have been increased. Players now have a chance to obtain accessories and hunt. So this is really nice here, because if you're like a lower player or just somebody like me who's not like top tier and still need accessories, being able to farm them in the hunt makes the hunt way more valuable. Skystone convenient bookmarks, mystic metals, and powder of knowledge. More energy is consumed on hunt stages. So this says that the covenant bookmarks and mystic metals and powder of knowledge are going to be obtainable here. Hunt set. We got Wyvern's crit hit and speed, resist destruction, lifesteal counter, so it's the same exact stuff. And then when we look at the items that we're going to be able to get here, we'll just look at the last couple. It's going to give you the ability to get accessories here from 55 to 70. And you're going to be able to get 70 to 85 materials, gold, sky stones, powder of knowledge, convenient bookmarks, mystic metals, and energy. And then stage 10, you will be able to get 55 to 70 accessories, 85 materials. So you just you lose that 5% there. And then you get gold, sky stones, powder, bookmarks, and mystic and energy. But then if you go to stage 11, for some reason, you can get 70 to 85 accessories. So you actually need to do this to get max accessories if you want that. Level 27 materials. Why would you want that? Gold, sky stones, and energy. So they took out the powder of knowledge and the convenient bookmarks and the mystic metals. It's stage 11. So if you really don't want to do stage 11 from what this looks like, once you get some accessories, like once you actually max out your equipment, you just want to go with stage 10 and farm this. I'm pretty sure that's what it's gonna be. Like it gives you, it goes from 55 to 85 on stage 10 and 70 to 85, so it's a much better ability to level up your gear. But the fact that once you actually have that gear, you're not able to get half of this stuff, I just don't see why they took it off here. We also have Hazel Specialty Change, Mascot Hazel. So a 3-star Hazel is now going to be having a specialty change, and if you haven't noticed, specialty changes make these 3-star characters really strong. They basically turn into 5-star characters. So we got here, specially changed new skill info. Encourages allies by increasing attack of the target and all allies for 1 turn, and recovers health of all allies. If the target is a fire elemental hero, increase attack greater for 1 turn. This effect will only apply for 1 ally. Amount recovered increased proportional to target's max health and the caster's attack. So this is a insane skill. So you definitely want to make sure you have a fire damage dealer inside of your party there, and preferably not just your tank, because having a greater attack buff on a tank that does no damage is kind of pointless. But if you just have 1 fire guy and he's like your damage dealer, wow, that is going to be nice. The effect is only applied once, so that is why you only really want 1. The amount recovered increased to target's max health, so I would say that for me personally, Fire Ken is going to be awesome for this buff, because he stacks health because he scales off health, and then you can just make this girl scale off the attack. She's going to heal him a crazy amount. He's going to get that crazy buff. Really nice. So how to specially, if you don't already know, you need to have Hazel at 50 already, and she's actually a free character. If you don't know that, you can go look for her. Basically, this, click on the person that's sitting down there at the lobby, and then you'll be able to do a quest and get Hazel for free if you do what needs to be done for her. Once the lobby, go to hero menu, specialty change. Once all 3 specialty quests have been cleared and the trial has been completed successfully, then you'll be able to get her specialty change, and that will allow you to unlock the skills tree. And this is what really gives those people huge buffs. So by itself, that skill wouldn't be enough to make her amazing, but she's gonna get the skills tree that really basically makes her a 5-star character. So you're gonna be able to increase her health by 20%, increase her speed by 5, increase her speed by 5 again, so increase her speed by 20 or by 10, increase effectiveness of all elemental elements by a maximum of 10%, increase attack of all elemental elements by a maximum of 10% here. So we got healing urgent regen increase for targets with less than 50% health, so she's gonna be healing better for people that need it the most. Increase the caster's combat readiness when they're using urgent regen if the target is a fire elemental hero by a maximum of 10%. So this is gonna even make your, in my case, Ken go even faster. So she's gonna give him that huge attack buff, and she's gonna push him down the line so he can fight faster. Has a chance to grant continuous healing to an ally for 2 turns if the ally is a fire elemental hero when using a girl in a maximum of 20%. So I believe has a chance to grant continuous healing to an ally for 2 turns if the ally is a fire elemental hero when using a girl, a maximum of 20%. So I don't know if there should be a period here and this gives you something else if it's a girl, or if it's just a girl and it gives you 20% more healing on top of what this is. But I have to assume this needs to be a period here, and this gives you an additional 20% healing. Not exactly sure about that. Increases the unhealable debuff effect of a Book of Fire by a maximum of 25%. Recovers health proportional to the damage done by using a maximum of 5%. So she's getting quite the big buffs. I actually think I should have this character might be really good now. I might actually want to use her now. But I'm not sure if her or Destina is better. I have to look at that. I might use her because I use Ken every time I play. So we got a chat system in the game now. A chat feature has been added. And it's going to be here in the top corner here. As you can see here, it's got World Channel, I believe, and a Guild Channel. You're definitely going to want to be talking to your guild members now. Make sure you do this. Especially for Guild Wars coming up. This won't replace most groups' discords, but it's going to be nice for people that for some reason refuse to join discords. Players can also ignore users by tapping on their rep, probably their character here, and tapping ignore. Ignoring a player will stop their messages from appearing for 24 hours. Tap the bell icon in the upper right corner to turn off notifications when the chat window is closed. So this is good. A lot of people don't want to be annoyed by this, but at the same time it's bad because if guild members are trying to get a hold of you and you have this off, you're not going to see it. So Mystic Summons. Mystic Summons is now available, providing a rotation pool of heroes and artifacts available to summon. If you see a hero artifact you want in the Mystic Summon pool, do not miss your chance to get it. So this is very nice. Tap the available heroes icon to see which heroes are currently available and how much time is remaining. So here we have, wow, this is actually super long here, but you can see the Moonlight heroes here have 38 days here. So I don't know if this is correct or if it's just going to be like a month, but it's nice that they're here for a longer period of time. But as you can see here, the normal hero and artifacts here, they seem to change much faster. So right here, if you really wanted her, this elf girl, I can't remember her name off the top of my head for some reason, then you want to pull for her in the Mystic Summon. So I really like this change here. Mystic medals can be obtained from Guild Wars. Additionally, they have a chance to drop in hunt stages 7 or higher. So when we were looking at the hunt 11, we didn't see this able to be dropped. But this says hunt 7 or higher, which obviously 11 is higher than 7. So I don't know. They're probably going to have to make a new patch note to tell us this. But these things, you're definitely going to want to save and hold on to these things for characters that you really want, because it's going to be much valuable to you. Friendship summons have been improved. This is nice because these summons are useless basically. So they're going to add 2-star penguins and 2-star these mega phantasms. That is really nice. Other improvements and bug fixes. Skill level will no longer display on battle knowledge and artifact charms. The max skill level of an artifact now displays in the inventory and enhanced windows. Arena, the limit is the amount of energy that can be purchased on conquest points in the shop has been increased from 1 to 3. So okay, so this is really nice because for me personally, I have only done Arena a lot at one spot in the time where I really wanted to get Season 1 rewards. So once I got those items for Season 1, I kind of like slacking off on this. Don't really care that much. I only go in there and buy energy refill if I feel like it. But now people that do Arena a lot are going to be able to buy 3 energy refill things from there, so that's much better. Gives you something to do with your points there. Battle when deciding who to target. AI no longer takes the order. So I don't really understand what this exactly means. Labyrinth. When elite monsters in Labyrinth can use counter the attack and the counter attack buff now display. Counter description has been updated to match the effect. There's no change to the skill. Okay, so Galaxy bookmarks will now be displayed in the available rewards section of the select team window of Royal Capital. Okay there. So we got some changes here for these things. It's just a lot. Side stories, typos of the side stories, and visitor purlin has been fixed. UI and miscellaneous fixtures. Category resources that are used to summon have been renamed to summon. Galaxy bookmarks, convenient bookmarks, friendship bookmarks, and mystic medals. Issue has been fixed in the taping on arena button. Tapping on arena button in a quick menu did not result in anything happening. The UI displays memory information when selecting. Support has been improved. Skill effect descriptions are no longer cut. The skill description for Ken's Celestial Kick is no longer extends the boundary of its tooltip window. Okay. Well, that is the update for today. I'll just slowly go back over this. If you want to read all this, you can read it. And I will see you guys next time.